Welcome back, Alpha Hunters. Hopefully, you have a very magnificent weekend because it's a very magnificent Monday today. First order of business, just so you know, TradingView does have a 70% off Black Friday sale going on. They do this every year. This is typically when I get my TradingView subscription. Now, I do purchase this every year, and typically, when you explore the offers, just a heads up. The farther out you go, the better the discount, right? As most people would imagine, or maybe not the farther out you go, but the higher premium package, right? So the thing you gotta be very mindful of is it does go for 13 months, and this is to get you to go past the discount window next year. And so I just wind up getting it every year. And eventually I'll just have a free year saved up with that extra month. So just there you go. Wanted to kind of just throw that out there for those that are looking for TradingView. I love it. It's a great platform. It's probably the best platform, trading platform out there. And it's kind of nice actually that it doesn't really have built-in broker features, but you can link your broker features for certain brokers. So there's that. Anyways, nice little gap up on the market today. It was a pretty nice, sizable gap up. It was about 2/3%. The interesting thing about that gap up is, well, that's about how much the market performs on Thanksgiving week. so, so it was kind of a like, yeah, are we gonna absolutely rip out of here, or is it just a great time to sell some call options on the open? Right now, it looks like it's a great time to sell some call options as we traded a little bit higher, but we definitely came down pretty good in that first hour, and we've kind of just gone sideways here for the past hour or so. So that's kind of the way the SPY looks. The Qs, they also did gap up a pretty good amount. They gapped up about 0.8%. You can see they traded higher. They actually got up 1% on this move higher in the first 15 minutes. But you can see that drop off there in the first 30 minutes. It was definitely sharp. It was definitely sharp. So currently up 1/3%. SPY's up 0.4%. IWM continues to be an absolute monster. It is currently up 2.5%. My goodness. IWM did gap up 1.15% or so. Looking strong. Man, IWM crushing. DIA also up 0.9% roughly. Also had a nice little gap up. You can see just a little bit more sideways action kind of throughout the day. All right, RSP, if it loads. All right, the RSP, nice solid gap up as well. Nice little trend higher. Okay. So the RSP is actually up 1.2% here on the day. We did gap up about 0.8% there on the RSP. So looking pretty solid. RSP continues to look pretty good. 6 days in a row. Got pretty extended. If you're looking like short-term trading opportunities, I don't know how bullish I would want to be like right here, right now. Even kind of mentioned that at the end of Friday. And now that we got a sizable gap up, yeah, I'd wait. I'd just wait. You might do something like this where you had a pretty sizable gap up and you're pretty far separated from the moving averages, and you didn't really do too much there for the next couple of days. Even over the next week, you had pretty good pullback. So I'd wait. You probably won't miss much this week since we gapped up on the market so much across a lot of different areas. So I would just not gonna be a bad week to break out the eggnog and bourbon and enjoy the week of just kind of keeping an eye on things but not doing too much craziness. DIA, okay, see what happens by the end of the day. Nice gap up, open gap here between previous all-time highs and where we gapped to today. So never traded in those ranges. IWM, I mean, look at this move, so strong. RSP has a pretty good open gap here as well. So yeah, I mean, I would definitely be waiting on the RSP. Qs, The interesting thing on the Qs is since I got hit pretty good there in that first hour, they did fill this gap entirely where we had never traded before. Didn't last too long, lasted maybe a month. But there you go. It is full, completely filled. Looking pretty good. SPY gapped up, took out all-time highs initially there on the open. But yeah, I mean, Qs continue to have various issues going on out there. The VIX, VIX. Yeah, I mean, continue to come down a little bit. I mean, we just saw a pretty good gap up on the market. I'm not expecting much of anything really, but not dropping off as much as you would think for a strong bullish day. DXY, dollar index. Okay, so we took out some pretty good highs there on Friday, and quick little snapback today, almost down to that 10 EMA. As you kind of see here, it's kind of interesting. Is we actually did gap down the market, even though this doesn't have it, or the daily says that we actually opened flat. The intraday says otherwise. So okay. I mean, yeah. We got a strong bullish momentum. We might have just pulled back. Kind of reminds me of back over here on I think it was Monday, November 4th. We also gapped down pretty good, even though the daily says it was a shave, a flat open with the previous Friday. We traded lower, and then the election day we bounced pretty good. But other than that, DXY looks like it's just pulling back. GLD Gold Trust down almost 3%. Man, this thing has been a little bit more volatile than I thought it would be. So, okay. GLD. I mean, it had a crazy strong, a lot stronger move. A lot more of a strong move last week than what I thought was going to happen. And this is either a quick retest, very quick retest, or we probably will continue to go lower. I kind of thought we were going to go lower even back when we were doing this move, but last week, I mean, it was so strong. I was like, my goodness. Because remember, GLD was going bullish Wednesday, Thursday, Friday when dollar was extremely strong, and typically happen. 10-year yield. Okay, broke down on the yield side. Not shocked. Not shocked. But the question is where would yields probably look to make a good base? I'd say on that 200 or in or around that 200 moving average there. Probably makes a lot of sense to me. Probably come a little bit lower. I mean, this is all kind of just a bunch of clutter in this area, so it's going to be just choppy in here. But that's probably where I would look to be. Playing yields, maybe more bullish, so you're probably just looking to be bearish on bonds, so we can take a look at that. Anyways, wow. Okay. 10 and 2 inversion has gone negative again. Interesting. Let's take a look at the 10 and 1 here. 10 and 1. Yep, broke down there on Friday and pulling into that 50 EMA there. So, all right. It's always tough when these things uninvert. I mean, for a couple months, you get some squirreliness around the zero line. So, it is what it is. Nothing crazy going on there. HYG continues to be a monster. Moving higher, back up to the highs it put in 2 weeks ago. Took them out, but has not gone past that. Yeah, HYG looking pretty good. High yield corporate bonds. Wow. So, and that's not even, that is adjusted data for dividends. Oh, I did not realize those were on. Oh, good grief. That is my mistakes. That is so my mistake. I mean, you could trade them either way. I just prefer not to look at adjusted data for dividends. unless I'm looking at like total asset returns. But anyways, HYG, I mean, it still looks pretty good. I actually, if you turn the data off, the dividends off, you have a very clear like neckline here with shoulder, neck, head, neck, shoulder, and we are coming right back to that neckline. Guys, that looks like a really solid inverse head and shoulders. So if we can get through maybe to like 80 price level here and then pull back, you're probably going to be looking to take that. That looks pretty solid. Not going to lie. Not going to lie, looks pretty good. LQD, probably going to see some pretty good bullish moves here on LQD, TLT. Still just kind of in this choppy zone. Very strong move today. Obviously, we just saw yields have a massive breakdown day today. Okay. Anyways, LQD, kind of just hanging out. TLT also have a pretty good gap up. All right. There you go. Not too much to kind of go off of it. Just a gap up in a doji. We haven't really broken some of these levels. If we get above 93, maybe we can talk about something. As far as the LQD, if it gets above like 110, maybe we can talk about something there as well. But as far as now, I'm just kind of keeping an eye on things. It's Thanksgiving week. That's the other thing. It's just really hard to be like, yes, finally seeing a breakout. Because the week after Thanksgiving week, like they'll come out and the market maker, like people that actually run the market, they will change the market very quickly. Seen that several times. It's going to be a quiet week. I mean, even if you think you're getting breakout moves or something like that this week, be very skeptical about it going into next week. As far as sector rotation, SPY Energy's down pretty good amount. Okay, underperforming quite a bit there. Utilities and tech underperforming a little bit there. Outperformers, financials, industrial, staples, communications, and healthcare. And we got materials doing very well. Real estate and discretionaries at the higher end of the day. Discretionaries got a nice little bounce there on the open. As far as intraday price action, you see real estate materials doing pretty good. Discretionaries also doing pretty good, even though they got a pretty good gap up on the open. Communications, healthcare, industrials, staples, financials all outperforming. Tech, utilities underperforming, and energy still at the lower end of the day. Pretty good sell down there throughout the day. As far as the heat map, let's see, discretionaries. It's not Tesla. Well, where did Amazon move to? Amazon up 1.4%. Could be a reason why. Could also be all the other automakers are doing really, really well. So, yeah, look at all the home builders. Goodness. All the home builders are doing very well. Jeez. So there you go. Probably had someone had earnings. Interesting. NVIDIA, Lockheed Martin down pretty good. That could be a big reason why the markets are selling off. If you got anything, let me know. It's going to be a quiet week. So let's check. See what data we got today, if anything. No, we're going to get quite a bit Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to get a lot Wednesday. Oh, we're going to get FOMC minutes Tuesday after the bell, or Tuesday afternoon. Don't forget about that. Macy's delays Q3 report. Says employees hit up to $154 million. An employee. So Macy's, they're only down 4%. Oh, 3.5%. Jeez. So they were going to have it yesterday. They're not having it, or they were going to have it tomorrow. But so I think that's what they delayed. So we shall see when they do it now. Interesting. Stocks join bonds higher on Trump's Treasury pick markets rep. Okay. MicroStrategy spends another 5.4 billion buying another 55,000 bitcoins. Wow. So markets seem to like Trump's treasury choice. That's about the main thing I'm seeing. Fed favored PCE inflation seen as stalling. So yeah, seems. I don't know anything about Bissett, so I can't really even comment on that. I have no idea. U.S. Supreme Court asks Justice Department views on Cox communication case. Interesting. All right. Hopefully you got some really cool things going on this week as far as getting together with family or watching football or whatever. So let's see what's going on with NVIDIA. NVIDIA is continuing just to kind of sell off for post earnings. Yeah, it just kind of got hit on the open. People are looking for new opportunities. Okay. Lockheed Martin. Ooh. Down it goes. So I'm just kind of, kind of seeing this little headline right here. Lockheed Martin's F-35 program remains a focus amid criticism from Elon Musk. The stock has fallen 0.2% since the November election. Really? That's all it's fallen? Well, I mean, if you took it from there to Friday's close, I guess that's maybe in line, but yeah. Election, but it's up about 20% year to date. Yeah, that's gonna be really interesting. Kind of just talking about Elon Musk and some of these defense contractors, because if there's anybody that knows how much a lot of this stuff costs to make, it's gonna be Elon Musk. Man, he's gonna call out a lot of those defense companies BS on how much they charge for stuff. Yeah, that might. I can't even think about that, dude. Yeah, defense contractors, and that's just, man. I just have a hard time really saying, yeah, you know what? I see us going on a massive bull run here. Not on the SP 500, on the IWM. Yeah, I think we're seeing it. Transports are doing very well. Okay. Oh, hold on. Transports. Oh no, wrong thing. Why might my U.S. stock data look different? I don't know why that just popped up. Yeah, transport's looking very good. Came out of that August time period, man, gave us some real concerns there for a little bit. Okay. What's going on here? So, okay. FDX looking pretty good. Okay. I'm trying to figure out where this is coming from. CSX, UNP, shouldn't be any of the railroads. NSC, that doesn't look like it. Okay. Old Dominion Freight Line and JB Hunt. Old Dominion Freight Line, JBHT. Maybe there was some news over the weekend that just lifted up the entire transportation sector, because I was kind of looking for some kind of thing. IYT. Let me go back to IYT. Was there? Yeah, I mean that's 6 days ago, so I don't know what's going on with the IYT. Let me go to Finance Yahoo. See if maybe there's some news going on here. No. Yeah, they're just absolutely crushing higher on. Let me see if it's coming from railroads. The only place where you don't buy railroads, Monopoly. Norfolk Southern NSC up 0.8%. That's all 4 days ago, 3 days ago. Okay. UNP. Just really, really curious of why transports are crushing today. 4 days. CSX. 20 minutes ago, maybe this is a CSX Corporation passed out checks and is about to pay passed our checks. Okay, not passed out checks. Passed our checks and is about to pay a 12-cent dividend. CSX executives, vice president, CFO to address UBS Global Industries. Oh, I wonder what happened there. They're gonna have to address UBS Global Industries and Transportation Conference. That's interesting. So yeah, those are the only two recent things. That's not why. I don't know. Maybe transports are just they got the lucky pick of the buy button today. You can check JB Hunt, Old Dominion, JBHT. JB Hunt Transport Services has more to do to multiply in value going forward. Okay. So that's not it. Old Dominion Freight Line. And honestly, some of this might just be man, I wish there was a really good way to check marine equity, stock equities performance. There's really not. There used to be, but there's really not. Old Dominion Freight. So I kind of wonder if a lot of this has to do with like the pro America trade, because obviously the transportation industry, the more stuff that's made in the U.S., the better the transportation is going to be, especially like for freight and stuff like that, because more stuff made in the U.S., the more transportation within the U.S. is going to do well. Now, let's see if marine. Let me see if I can Google some marine transportation stocks works. Let me see here. I want a really good way to kind of track and keep track of marine shipping stock performance. Largest companies. Okay, hold on. Companies that transport freight and cargo via water and operate marine ports, including companies that provide passenger services via water. I don't want passenger services. I don't want. Zim, I've known about. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you don't know about a lot of these just because you don't see them on the day to day. And a lot of them actually operate outside the U.S. Kirby Corp, Matson. Okay, all right. Let's see who else we got over here. Okay, hold on. The marine shipping sector provides maritime passenger transportation or cargo shipping services. This includes companies that provide freight, towage, ferry services, and warehousing on both deep sea and inland waterways. Okay. Let me see if there is a. No, never mind. Just took away my. Dude, I hate this crap. Like, hey, log in automatically. No. Google, hope you lose all your court cases, dang it. No, really, but what the heck? Oh, good grief. So Castor Maritime, was that also on this list? Castor, I don't see Castor Maritime here. Okay, so Kirby Matson, I wonder if this is like maybe drawn from the same Hafnia. I don't remember seeing that one. And it doesn't look like that's on this list. So Hafnia Zim, Golden. Okay. Okay, so all right, let me take a look at some of these then. Kex and Matt X. Kex. Looks okay. Doesn't look nearly as good as rail and trucking. So Kex, Matt X. Looking okay. They had good earnings as well. And then Zim and SBLK. Zim. Looks like it's coming off a pretty good pullback over the past couple of years. Bouncing somewhat good. Although it's got a nice gap up on earnings and it's just kind of come back down. And then SBLK. So Starbulk Carriers is where I don't know anything about these companies and how they operate. But just looking at bulk carriers, obviously that just does not look good. So bulk carriers not doing well. A lot of them are around within like 1 to 10 billion market cap. Okay. Yeah, interesting. Man, I wish I could find just an ETF that kind of tracks this. Marine transpiration. Let's see. Let me see if I can just find an ETF. This is a list of all shipping ETFs traded in the U.S. which are currently tagged by ETF database. Let me see this. Boat. That makes actually some perfect sense there. Total assets. Yeah, they're not big at all. You got Boat and Break Wave Dry Bulk Shipping ETF and C. So Bolt. Let me check these. Let me check this real quick. See if they're roughly the same. Oh goodness. Boat. Yeah. The Timothy Plan market neutral ETF. So Bolt C was there. And what was the other one? Oh, B Dry. That is not there. Hold on. ETS which hold one or more stocks tagged as marine transportation. Interesting. So these actually have a bad grade. That's funny. So, all right, fine then. Let me check TPMN. God, these things are just so small, so they're so liquid. I just have some of these erratic movements in here. Not exactly doing well. Anyways, check boat. Okay. And B dry. Man, some of these shipping ETFs don't exactly look great. And then C was the other one. Yeah, some of these shipping ETFs, like, you can kind of just get an idea of how a lot of the ships in the sectors, and whether they're quality or not ETFs. But I mean, none of them speak like a strong performance. Nothing like the IYT, which the IYT is mostly made up of U.S. transportation, I believe. Let me just verify that real quick. There might be some shipping in there, but it's probably not a lot. Where's the ETF.com? Oh. Good gosh, man. How in the world are you supposed to look up ETFs now? Whatever. Let's search for it here. This works. IYT. Good gosh, it doesn't even go down to the holdings. I really hate IYT competing ETFs. Oh, how large is this one? Bid ask size, issuer. I believe I don't know what AUM is, but I'd imagine that's roughly assets under management. Actually, that is exactly what that assets under management. Okay. Sometimes when you just throw stuff out of your mouth, it's pretty good. IYT classification. I just usually don't see AUM advertised or put out there, but here it is. Why? Oh, now I can. It didn't have that before. Thank you. Okay, couldn't click on the holdings before. So Uber. So I can't believe this is the largest holding the IYT has is Uber. That is ridiculous. Railroad. I'd say trucking services, UPS, logistics services, I guess. Delta. So we even have personal airliners in here. Old Dominion Freight, CSX, trucking, rail. Yeah, I mean, the majority of the makeup right here, which kind of stinks, is airline passengers, the rail, trucking services, and Uber Technologies, I guess. That shouldn't be. That shouldn't be there. I don't know where you would put Uber. They are not a transportation company. They're like a consumer services company. It's my opinion. It's just my opinion. Something like that. Anyways, all right. Anyway, I don't know. I had fun looking at all these different transportation stuff. It's not one I delve into all that often. But I think the market's just kind of saying the pro US trade is a pro transportation trade. I mean, that's the vibes I'm getting, very much so. So, probably not a bad. Honestly, you can never go wrong with being bullish and just holding positions on IYT. If you want to see what the adjusted return is on the space, there you go. Just data for dividends. That's kind of like your total return, which is not bad. I mean, just you got to factor in dividends, in my opinion. They pay pretty good dividends. Rail is very much a dividend industry, so kind of is trucking as well. And airliners are the ones that kind of hurt the industry a little bit more than the others. Anyways, as far as what we got going on today, one, don't forget that you got TradingView that's having Black Friday sales all week. So just go to tradingview.com. You'll see it right there on the front page. Boom. 70% off their premium, like the highest version. Click explore. So there you go. Premium, you got plus, and you got essential. I mean, if you're going with plus or premium, like an extra $1 for the year. The thing that they're going to try and get you on is in 13 months, right? This is for 13 months. They're going to try and get you past the point of next year's Black Friday sale. This, I would absolutely get into these Black Friday sales if you are wanting TradingView. Have fun, have a great rest of your day. Take care.